Go live, go live, go live. Ooh, I didn't get an error this time. Maybe. Can YouTube hear me now? Can you hear me now? On YouTube? Yay! Awesome. Sorry. I was getting some sort of weird error, so that was weird. I was talking away to you for like 10 minutes. I was talking about how to purchase last night's live and all kinds of stuff. My goodness. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, Brandy. Hey, Laureen. Hey, Veronica. Hey, April. Hey, Chastity. Hey, Kay. Autumn. Ooh, we got Lady Love. Who else? YouTube wasn't even showing up that you're live until now. It's so weird, Savannah. Sometimes it's so finicky, and I'm trying to rush around, do 10 million things at once. Thanks, April. So much. Y'all, that TikTok filter, let me see, I'll show you in my drafts. Let's see, I was making some drafts of me and my mom. You know, the one where they're doing the child filter, what you look like as a teen or something. See, there's me and my mom, of me as a kid and then her as a kid. It was fun. We were like playing around with that app. That thing should be, oh my gosh, banned. That's just to make you feel terrible. It's like, if we knew what we know now. I wish we knew what we knew now, but thank y'all. Sorry I was late. We were having Mississippi mud pie and eating some birthday barbecue. That mud pie is like fudge mixed in with the brownie. I ordered it from a company out of Mississippi and had them deliver it to the house, but boy, it was just like a mud pie. Let me tell you, that was crazy. And she got some real pretty flowers and another Indian pot. She really likes the Indian stuff. And yeah, some more artwork from the tribal area that we lived close to. That was really fun. But you guys would like to talk about medical coding. So let's get into this one. I've got this little thing here. All we have to do here is, I can draw, yep, is just match them up with the appropriate answer. So Appendix F would be either A, B, C, or D. What is Appendix F? This one, Appendix F. I'm going out of order. Making it all weird. Appendix F is which one? I'm scooching the camera. Is that better? Hopefully that's better. Nope, I just started, guys. You're not late. You're good. I was late. Whoops. Hey, Nikki. Glad to see you. Great. I had quite a few messages on Etsy. Was trying to reply to everyone. A lot of people asking me medical coding questions. If you have questions for medical coding and not related to your purchase and not being able to download it, then be sure and ask those in Discord, because that would help you out so much. Yeah, I think everybody's been, oh, just you. You're the one. Yep. Okay, so all your downloads, Missy, are located in your Etsy account. All you have to do is Google, how do I download my Etsy PDF files? All the files are not sent to you because they're too big to email or go anywhere. They're just located on Etsy for you to download at any point you want to. All you need to do is go to your purchase history on your Etsy account, which would be that little bubble right there, because that's you and your account. Mine looks like me, my fuzzy hair. And you just need to go to your purchase history. When you go to your purchases, you can see what you ordered and you can download your files right there. It's usually easier to see when you are on a desktop version of your site, which is those three little dots right there. You can change your thing to desktop if you wanted to, if you're on a device, but none of my files are sent to you, or you don't get files. They're all just located here because they're too big for Etsy to send anywhere anyway. So you just go here and then you download them. So if you only downloaded one file of 3 you were supposed to get, they're all located here, and they'll save here and be here for you to download multiple times, no matter what. But it's just right there, right under your bubble. Hopefully that's helpful. And what we are answering here is, what is the answer if we were going to fill out something for Appendix F? Is it A, Modifier 63, B, an add-on code, C, a product pending FDA approval, or D, Modifier 51 exempt? Thank you, Stephanie. So if you go to my website and you purchase them directly from Medical Coding by Jen, you don't have to pay for Etsy fees, so things are a little bit cheaper there. What is there is the ICD-10 and the HIPAA ones too, which I don't put on Etsy. But what you get is a copy of my notes if you want them by section, because it's really, I copy them in color, so it's real hard to take pictures and copy them and send them a whole entire book, because these books are thousands of pages long. So we do them by sections, and you get page by page of my notes per section. So if you want section notes for the eye, you get that. If you want it for the ear, if you want it for the male, if you want all the E&M with all my notes, then it's there. ICD-10 is the same way. And then copies, if you want to watch the replays of any workshops you've missed that are not on the members only page on YouTube, those are here too. So that's what you get. This one is going to be A. All right. What about the next one we're going to do? Let's see, let's change its color to blue. What about Appendix D? What's inside Appendix D? We've already got rid of A. So is that add-on codes, products pending FDA approval, or Modifier 51? If you're going to spend over $30 on my website, you can use this code, I will be CPC, and you can get 30% off. The code also works on Etsy. Appendix D. We've already gotten rid of A. So this is B. So now we can get rid of B. So what is Appendix K? What is that one? Appendix K. Is it products pending FDA approval or Modifier 51 exempt? I will be CPC. It's just an affirmation, and it is a coupon code for 30% off. But you have to spend like $30 for it to start working, I think. Yep, it's C. So then we know that D is Appendix E. Yep, for our 51 exempt modifiers. Yep. Let me move this next one down. All right, we got a bigger one for this one, but it's all E&M stuff. So which one, we'll go in order this time. Which one is a consultation? If we were going to do a consultation, first off the bat, which one is a consultation? Would it be face-to-face? Let's see. Professional service, advice or opinion, admission. Got another professional service. So those two are similar. We'll have to figure out what our difference is. Acute illness, newborn, formally admit. The two professional services is MD to MD, and this one is MD to MD also. Exact same specialty. Within the last 3 years, and this one is within the same 3 years. One who has received, one who has not received. There's our difference between those two, B and E. Which one of these is a consultation? Which one is a consultation? I have one brave soul who's put a B in there. Now I have an A. What does YouTube have to say? Thank you, Yellow Pocket, for becoming a member of the YouTube channel. I hope that helps you out so much. What it will do is give you access to all my previous workshops, which are usually around 3 hours long, super helpful, so that you can pause the screen and hit stop and then try to work out the questions all by yourself, and then hit play on the video and see how well you did. I think learning by fire and getting things wrong is the best way to learn. And when you hit play on the video and it's 3 hours long, all on one subject, like it's all cardiology or all E&M or all male reproduction or female reproduction, I think that's a great way to concentrate those 3 hours of playtime. And it's just back-to-back questions. Yesterday I ended up doing 4 hours and 40 minutes. It was ridiculous. That was cardiology, spinal surgeries, and E&M. That was a little long, but it was good. So much information was given out, and I hope it's super helpful. Those won't be available. That one won't be available for another 89 days to the members, but the members all have access to 16 of the previous ones, which is great benefit for $5. And then it's all the ones I did last year and up until December of 2022. So super helpful, those workshops. YouTube thinks that this is either going to be B or C. So let's read both B and C. A consultation is either one who has not received professional services from one physician to another within the last 3 years, or is it advice or opinion from one physician to another? So yeah, I like C for that one. We'll get rid of C here. If I can get it to write. There we go. We're going to put C right there. What is an admission? What about that one? Which one of these means admission? So we have A, B, D, E, F, G, and H left over. I probably ought to erase all my writings because it makes it crazy looking. Which one of these is admission? You had it right and you changed it. Do not second guess yourself. When you're on that CPC exam and you go pick out an answer, don't go back and read them. Don't change your answers. Just don't second guess yourself. Best advice. But the answers would be at the bottom. I got E's and H's or D's and F's. Oh my. What about YouTube? What are you guys saying? H, D's, and F's. Oh my. One who has not been formally admitted to a healthcare facility, is that an admission? It says not. On H. D says one who has been formally admitted to an acute healthcare facility. Is that an admission? See, when I read it out loud, it sounds a little different, doesn't it? F is attention to an acute illness or injury that results in hospitalization. So yeah, this one's F. All right, what about an office visit? Travis, do not be on that TV. He's on YouTube again today. Oof. Which one is office visit? I like y'all on TikTok. Yeah, it does. Which one is an office visit? Everybody saying A? A. Everybody's got that one. A face-to-face. Yep. Perfect. Which one is newborn care? I'm sure you guys can get that one. Newborn care is which one? Doing newborn care. Yep, G, it is the one with the only word with a baby word in it, of course. Evaluation and determination of newborn infants. Perfect. We got A out of the way. Established patient. Which one is established patient? We're doing established now. Which one is established? Rachel says E. One who has received professional services from a physician or another physician in the exact same specialty or subspecialty in the same group within the last 3 years. Does that sound good? Yeah. E. Perfect. What? Let's get rid of that one. We still have H, D, and B left over. Which one is inpatient? Which is almost the same thing as admission, right? What is inpatient? Inpatient. What's locking up? TikTok locking up? I think our internet's working better today, though. D. Perfect. Perfect. So we have H and B left over. Which one is new patient? Which one is new patient? New patient is our B, and that leaves our H for the one that has not been formally admitted. So if there's any of these that sounded off or weird, make you a list in the front of your CPT book before the E&M section. You could just write outpatient equals not formally. Just having those two words is super helpful. What was C? Y'all had trouble with C. Consultation. Just write consultation equals advice and opinion. Yep. For CCS, CCS has 10 questions on their exam like this, and they have to match 10 with 10 answers just like this. but not for CPC. All of ours are A, B, C, or D. But yes, HEMA people have 10 matchups. Is a provider required to offer patients copies of their medical records? Yes, only, or not? Has it got anything to do with patient portals? Or only if the patient requests it? Once a year or at every office visit? What's the stuff on this one? What's the wow, Miss Lady Love? What did I just skip? Sorry. I hope not. I hope the internet's working good. We rebooted everything. Thank you for the 1,200 likes for tonight's live. So late. I really appreciate y'all tapping the screen. That's awesome. And the 3 shares. I appreciate all the thumbs up on the YouTubes too. All those thumbs up helps out a whole bunch. Let's see. On YouTube, we have C's and D's. Twinkle Star is giving away some YouTube monthly subscriptions. If you happen to be in YouTube chat right now, you could be winning a month's worth of YouTube subscriptions, which who just got it? Veronica just won a month's worth of subscription. And it's usually somebody who's been pretty active in chatting. YouTube does the picking out who wins. Welcome, Nikki, to the YouTube channel, and Tessa. Welcome, both of you. Really appreciate y'all signing up for the YouTube channel. I hope so much that it helps. Yep, we can cheer. Yay. All right, for this question right here, yes, only if the patient requests the specific record. Yep, C is the answer. Here's your rationale. These few questions come from the monthly magazine that is free to all members from AAPC. These are some of the new March questions for next month coming up. When a patient requests a copy of their records, how long does the HIPAA entity have to respond to the request? Do we have to give them their records within 15, 30, 45, or 60 days for the entity to respond? Yeah, the last question. Is a provider required to offer a patient copies of their medical records? And the answer is only if a patient requests a specific record. This next one is, how long does a doctor's office actually have to respond to a request for a copy of medical records? I went to see a doctor once, and had some tests done, and I needed a copy of the record to take with me to the specialist that they referred me to. And so I went up to the front desk to ask for a copy of the records, and the ladies gave me this 1-800 number to call to get a copy of my records. They didn't produce them on site. yeah, that was a terrible situation. And like, well, I'm going tomorrow to see this specialist. I have to take them something. If I call a 1-800 number and they print them and mail them to me, how am I supposed to have this tomorrow? Not my job and not my responsibility was what I got. Gotta love it. But in all legalities, they have so many days to produce them. Thank you, Amber, for the gifts. You are awesome. Thank you for the roses. I hope this is helpful. Everybody is saying 30 days. 30 days. They do have 30 days. I think 15 is too long. But they do have 15. Our local hospital has a staffed window with somebody. The only time nobody's there is like 1 hour a day during normal business hours. It's nice. You just fill out this form. They have the form sitting right there on our little window. You fill it out and just shove it back into the window for her. And then you just sit down in the chairs and then you wait for it. And then she'll call you up and give it to you. It's really nice. Our hospital, local one, does a really good job. Just some of our other doctors in town. Printers and ink for some reason. They, and I was worried because I am a medical auditor that, yeah, I did my referral to the specialist outside that specialist's speciality. So this was going to be in because who I was seeing was already a specialist. So I was seeing another specialist the next day. So getting the records to that other specialist was my concern. And who knows if they would send them electronic from one physician to another physician on the same day. So I didn't want to risk it, and I wanted to take them, but it's just one of those things. One of those things. No, these questions are not in the study guide. They are on the AAPC website. They're the free questions you get once a month. 20 questions with rationale in your magazine article. You can have your magazine sent to you in print. You do have to go to the AAPC website and change your delivery status, which automatically goes to PDF electronic version as default. But if you want the magazine sent to your home in print, you do have to do some finagling on their website to get that happen to you. But they're easy enough to find on their website. You get 20 questions a month. You get to look back at for one whole year. So that's, what is that? What's the math on that? They give away 20 times 12. Ooh. It's 240 questions a year, free with rationale on their website that you can look at. Many people pay for and don't know that they get that. I can show y'all where to find them in just a minute. All right, we got HIPAA codes. Don't look at the question yet, because if you are, you're doing the question wrong. We're going to look just at the answers first, right? We are going to think about these just as numbers, not as medical codes. So if you're looking at them, they all start out with G. They all second code, number, whatever, is a 0. Then we have 3 of them that are 1s. That makes this D an outlier. This is one of those things that I do when I'm doing a medical coding certification exam, is I look at the answers from the answer's point of view. I look for similarities, irregularities, and this is part of the process of doing the process of elimination. I would get rid of D because it's an outlier, because it doesn't have a 1 right here. Then we've got 2 with 0, 0, right? And then we've got just the 5 and the 6. So I would go look up my differences real quick between the 5 and the 6. Get those in my head first. Think about what that difference is and only search the question for what that difference is. I never try to read the questions. I actually try to do the answers and figure out what the answer is without looking at the answers or the question at all, which is super helpful. Let's see, 01, 05, and 06. So these are colorectal screening exams. One of them is high risk. One of them is barium. I need to go yell at my kid. Hold on just a second. What did I tell you? No, you're not on my TV. Turn it off. No, I don't trust you. I do not trust you. I know you had it on YouTube again. I didn't. I don't trust you, Travis. Did you switch your laundry? Did you put stuff on? And don't wave your hands at me saying that I can just look at you through the baby camera. It's not appropriate. Go finish swapping laundry. If I don't want you on my TV, I don't want you on my TV. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I already let you on it once today and you got on YouTube. Looking at some scary, crazy videos on YouTube that are like, ugh. No, no, no. You already know this house does not allow unsupervised YouTube use. All right. Hey guys, hey go-kart. How's it going? Only if you're a member, correct? Correct. You can only look at it if you are a member. Let's see. I can go, no, yeah, I gotta go here. So, let's go here. Yeah, we don't want to go here. If you're on the AAPC website, you go to training and education. Let me show my YouTubers real quick. Web browser, properties. Where is it? Window capture. Yeah, there you go, guys. So if you want to find where these free questions are, you do have to be a member and logged on. You can see up here in the top, I've got my AAPC. So just go to training and advance, go to CEU search. Scooch you down to low cost AAPC CEUs because everything costs. For $205 a year, you can get this Healthcare Business Monthly magazine sent to you in print. Apparently, I've never seen one, but you can. You just won't get it in electronic format. Then you can go back for a whole year and you can look at these exams for one whole year. Every month they delete one of the old ones as a new one for that month comes available. So these are the old ones for 2022 that we can go back and look at. The old magazines are right here. The PDF download does not work unless you go into incognito mode, but you can look at it. There's a third version right here for the E version, and you can look at it here. But anyway, the questions are what you want, and you don't want to do these ahead of time until you pass, because you won't have an opportunity again. You can look at them and you can attempt the exams, but just don't answer them 100% correct. Leave 3 of them wrong each month, just so you can play around with them, so that you can save them in case you pass your exam. You're going to need 16 CEUs or so for that first year, and these will come in handy because this will do all 12. But they come blank at the beginning. I've already done this one, and you can see the rationales and stuff. But each month you get access to 20 of them, and March's just came out yesterday or today. So that's where I got these questions from, and everybody gets access to these exams. And then you just got to open up last year's. We used to be able to look back at all the years. They got rid of that this year. We don't get on those questions anymore, but we still get the last 12 months. So that's where those are at. Oops, 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 oops. Come on, work with me. Work with me. Don't be bad. There we go. Where are we at? Where are we at? Come on, Bixby. Y'all got screen? Okay. There we go. Back to our question, and let me get YouTube back to our question. For our colorectals, our differences are O5 is high risk, and our O6 is a barium enema. What did we do? Let's see, a coinsurance reduction plan with which one of the following? Colorectal screen turns into diagnostic or therapeutic. They didn't have much to choose from for this month's questions. They were pretty rough as far as anything that would likely be on a CPC exam. Which one of these colorectal screening would turn is just the key term that I would think about. If you're looking at the difference between O5 and O6, one of them is an alternative and one of them is high risk. So if you're taking a colonoscopy screening and you're turning it into something else that could be diagnostic or therapeutic, the only thing that I could link this to probably is what they're considering is either you're reducing the services down to a sigmoid because you couldn't go all the way through, but how therapeutic is that, or diagnostic tool is that? It's not. What it could be is taking it and turning it into a high-risk patient because you need to do something that's therapeutic or diagnostic. So the only one that I would pick and move on just based off that knowledge would be O5. Now this other information about falling under some CAA coinsurance reduction plan, I would just write underneath whatever is the correct answer to keep as my notes, because that's just the answer that AAPC wants. Now how I would figure out the answer would be because I know that O6 is a reduction of a colonoscopy and an O5 is an increase in a procedure because it's for high risk. So if I'm just using my knowledge of the word turn and the word diagnostic and therapeutic to mean that if we've got somebody that's high-risk cancer patient and we want to diagnose them with something, we're going to use our O5. And that's how I would come up with the answer. This reduction plan with coinsurances is something, I don't know. But A is our answer. And this is about reducing something. But I've never heard of a question like this being on the exam at all. And if I had to guess, it might be a CIC. Or a CPMA question. I don't audit for Medicare unless it's HEDIS measures. My primary is commercial plans, but when I audit, I'm only auditing for HEDIS measures, which have nothing to do with coinsurances. I didn't want to work in anything that had anything to do with billing a patient or collecting money from a patient. So I don't deal with any of these particular appropriation acts in my day-to-day job. So this is outside my realm, but it's an interesting question. And you know you're going to get asked something about colorectal screenings. And just so you know, this one's a reduced service and this is an increased service. And that could help you during your CPC exam. Another diagnosis code one, probably tied to a guideline, because we see that we have 3 that are all starting out with M. And then this one is an external cause, meaning an injury or something happened to a patient. It's probably an outlier, but I would get rid of this. What they really want to know is, would we add a G code to this or not about what's going on with this patient? This type of question will be on the exam for sure. How would you code back pain that a provider documents as chronic? Is that going to be 1 code or 2? Guaranteed to be a question on the exam. Anybody seen this question on their exam before? Something similar will definitely be on there. They love to find out if you know things need 1 or 2 codes. Thank you, Jen, for the follow on TikTok. Hey, Go-Kart. Hey, Carmen. Kids, I know. He was watching this scary masked face individual be mean to other people. And he's like, I'm just watching them. I'm not doing it. Or like, I don't care what it is. It's not promoting good memories, thoughtful memories, just anything that would, this is all stuff you shouldn't do to people. And it might be a prank, but it's just not a positive prank. There's good pranks and there's bad pranks, and those weren't helpful, funny pranks at all. Not at all. It was intimidating scare tactics is what it was. And it's only funny to the people doing it to the people. So I was like, nope, you know better than to get on YouTube. And for watching Dad fall off a ladder, or, you know, I know it's sad and he shouldn't be climbing up there. We all tell him not to, but he falls and, you know, gets stickers in his britches. You know, that's all funny, but this was not funny what he was watching. Not a good decision. So we will lose our TV time. My exam is getting closer. I'm feeling super nervous. I know you do, MK. I can't imagine trying to move, job, mom, work, dad, all that stuff. It's just too much. Too much, MK. And I'm not around. My audit season right now, the last few weeks of February are so, I have to work, like real work at my real job every day to get this audit done for March 10th. And yeah, I'm updating day and night, making sure my scores and audit is complete for my final audit. Once I finish this work, second week in March, I'll have a lot more free time. But yeah, this is bad time. I'm really working. Is auditing something you can get right into or build up to it? Actually, auditing is the first thing you can get into before you could probably even get into a coder. Every October through March is audit season for all the health plans and the medical groups. Every health plan that issues a health insurance to any patient has to have that patient's chart audited for many measures, because accountability now for services provided has to be accounted for. So I take care of 30,000 lives at my medical group, and I have to audit all those charts. I'm the only one who does it. A lot of people like Kaiser Permanente and stuff for their members, they have teams of auditors on a whole floor that work to audit their patients' charts. My goal is to outperform places like Kaiser Permanente. But my point is that you can get a contract job anywhere from October till March of every year. It may not come with health benefits, but it does come with remote workability from home, straight pay, with great training, really good training, and they'll show you how to audit charts and be an auditor. And that work and completing it and doing a good job could get you kept on or offered a job with benefits or look good on a resume as you're still applying for other jobs anywhere else. Being a medical records auditor, being able to look for records hidden is super cool. And you know, I have to look for date of birth being inverted, a 3 tapped in instead of a 9, medical records being done at the VA instead of through the commercial health insurance because there's no copay with a wife using their husband's insurance to get stuff done, but I need a copy of that mammogram. You know, patients saying that their name is James when it's actually John. I don't know why this happens all the time. Or Jim is a nickname for James. What the heck is that? And whoever's checking them in at the front desk checks them in as Jim, but his insurance ID says it's James. I have to find records of all kinds of sorts and all different places that are, they'll even put the last name as the first name and the first name as the last name. So if you like to hunt and do puzzles and look for things out of the ordinary and can think outside the box and are independent, don't need a lot of people handing you information and telling you where to look, then you would be a good auditor. And I think it's a great job. I love it. All right, right here. We 1 or 2 codes, guys. Good gracious, my phone is going off. Let me make sure it's not Twinkle yelling at me for something. Oops, it was a mistake. What? Twinkle, you're funny. I mean, it's not funny to you, but I think it's funny. Let me get off the live and I'll fix that for you. It's just hard to do with the live because I got to remember and keep up with what I'm doing. But don't worry. Did she get... Yeah, I got you, girl. Don't you worry. What have we got going on? We got gifted What? Twinkle gifted 20 memberships? Girl, you on fire. Who all won? Who all won? Girl, you are on fire. Let's see, who did that? Caroline, Mary, Heather. Good gracious, y'all got to see this stuff. Doris, Ray, Tracy, JS, Kit, SS, Vanessa, Daniela, Nikki, Renee, Laureen. Oh no, Laureen didn't win. Did Nikki win? No, I was just reading everybody's name. Dawn did. That's cool, Twinkle. That's awesome. She gave away 20 subscriptions. That's fantastic. That's awesome. Love it, love it, love it. I hope y'all enjoy. I hope that works out awesomely. And you know, today is February 20th, and it is my mother's birthday. So in honor of my birthday, my mom's birthday, that is just perfect. That was an excellent number. That was just like predestined number to give away. Anyway, Twinkle. So that's awesome. All right, are we going to give this patient one or two diagnosis codes? The applesauce. All you got to do is come to my YouTube channel, view my live on YouTube, and talk into chat. When you first start talking into chat, there's this little acceptance window that will peer up into chat for the first time that'll say, I will accept gifts from people. So you do have to say that you will allow us to send you gifts, but other than that, it works great. Yeah, my mom's. Let's see. So I keep saying she's 72, but she's 71 this year, right? Birthday in 52? Yeah, so she's 71 this year. And I'm 50 this year. I keep saying I'm 51. I keep giving both of us an extra year. Anyway. Yeah, that's my mom's. I had another picture to show you guys. Look at that one. We're at the Chucalissa Museum in Memphis, Tennessee when I was a little girl. We're there. I remember the little Indian huts. That one was cool. And I remember not knowing how to blow raspberries or make funny faces. And she was in one of those camera booths with me. And I remember being just mesmerized by her. I didn't know what she was doing. And I didn't know we were supposed to be blowing raspberries or making funny faces. But yeah. Yeah. That's my mom's. Yeah. That's my mom's. All right, guys, our question here. Lasagna says that G89 shows chronic. And what I would do is, because, and how I would answer this probably faster than anything else, would I look up the G code? Let me see. I think what I would do, doesn't the G code say code also? Isn't there an alert there? So M50. A, B, C, D, E, F, F, and then G. G89. So that's what I'm talking about. You guys, let me see if I can figure this out real quick. See if I can show you my book. Where am I at? Do I have ebook? Book prep? I don't know if I have this. Source not selected. Okay. What would it be? Media source? Video capture device. That's what I'm looking for. Alright. And then I need to do, yep, that camera. Ooh, I did do it. Okay. I'm coming, YouTube. Hold on. Okay. And then I need to get rid of that. Yeah. Okay. I don't know how much y'all can see, but G89, it's over here. G89 has that code also, and it also has this guideline. They're probably pain is associated with a guideline that they're wanting to make sure that y'all understand that we're going to have to code something else to go along with it. You usually find that stuff up at the first 3 digits, so you don't go down to the individual digits all the way down if you want to see if there's something else you need to know about it. Be sure and pay attention to anything that says, and by stopping at the first 3 digits to look for your rules. And more so than anything else, a lot of times on the exam, if they're going to pick a code to give you, it's going to be one of these that has that code first symbol. Like here on G91, it says code first, the underlying condition. And if you don't stop at the first 3 digits, you might miss it. So just pay attention to what code first means and know what that means before you do your exam. All right, let me turn that sucker off and go back to our Word document. But for this question, yes, we're going to have 2 diagnosis codes, and we just need to decide if we're a 544 or a 545. And a lot of times what I find in the diagnosis code area, the further we go out with the code, as long as it's not with a 9, we're good. You really want to extend them out and be as specific as you can. You don't want to stop too short. So if I was just guessing without looking at a code, just because this is only out to the 4th digit where this one is out to the 5th digit, I would pick A and move on with my day. If I was like, I got 10 seconds before my exam is over, I'm going to have to bubble in something, I would pick out A without looking. And there's your rationale on it too. Maria was gifted a membership also by Twinkle. I think she has a couple more to give away, so be sure. I don't know if I have to wait for the whole green to go all the way through to fill in all the color or not. So, yeah. It says to code the psychological factors with it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it depends on what ICD-10 book you have. If you're going to take an AAPC exam, you really should get the AAPC versions of the book. They have these decision trees. Their color markups are different. It's just their book, and they get their question and answers from here. Their anatomy questions for the exam come from their own ICD-10 book. Each section before you start coding it has some anatomy pictures and stuff in it. So like if you just look at the very beginning of the nervous system, which we were in, they start out with an introduction of the central nervous system, tell you about the brainstem and the cerebrum and how it's made up, and then they tell you all about common diseases or pathologies with them. And then they start giving you the diagnosis codes. If they're going to pull anything from anatomy, they pull it from the ICD-10 book. Yes, everybody's still saying, thank you, Twinkle. Which of the following is a proper way to query a provider when their documentation about a patient's back pain is unclear? Would it be, for the example, Dr. Jones, you use the term persistent repeatedly. Could you correct this and call it chronic? Ooh, I don't have it all on one thing. Hold on. There we go. And then, would it be, Dr. Jones, can you expand on the type of back pain and management the patient has had? Would you say, Dr. Jones, when you say several months, does this indicate it is chronic? Or do you say, Dr. Jones, this patient has had low back pain for a while. Can you confirm whether it is chronic condition and adjust your documentation? I don't think you're supposed to ask them leading questions. So I really feel like D is pretty leading. You don't want to tell them what to do. Other than that, what do you think would be the proper way of asking your physician about a patient's back pain? Hey, Maisie. Could I repeat the part about which digit I go to? Yes, the first three. So if we're like A41, third digit. Always stop at the third digit. Look for your rules there. That's even where you find the answer to where the seventh character is. If you go all the way down to like 00X2 or whatever, to find out what X is going to be, you have to stop at the third digits right here when you get back into those external causes. So 3 digits, no more. You want to always stop at the third digit. Look for your rules. Which of the following is a proper way to query a provider? You use the term persistent repeatedly. Could you correct this? I don't know if I like A either. Why can't he say persistent? Can you expand on the type of back pain and management the patient has had? Or when you say several months, does that indicate chronic condition? I don't know. Is that leading or not? Don't know. What do you guys think? Everybody saying BBB? There. Let's see what they're saying on YouTube.
I'm good on the IXL side, and I did the language arts. I had to do like a few things that I turned in, like I did those.
Aww. My baby boy. Thank you.
I'm the person that likes doing things last minute. I like doing things last minute.
I can't stand it, even though I do it too. But you'll feel better. Don't you feel better? I mean, you worried from Thursday on about your homework, and now you don't have to worry about it anymore. I mean, it feels better to go on and get it done and get it over with.
Like, I get like that. Like, oh, I didn't know, but like if I didn't do it, then I would have to worry about doing it. Like, because like I think they check grades at like 10 in the morning. So like, hopefully my grades will be put in by like 10, so I can practice.
I hope so. Leading because of the diagnosis is people are torn between B and C. All right, let's see. B. They like that one. Dr. Jones, can you expand on the type of back pain and management the patient has. That's the word they like. It says when it's not clear, when you query your provider, it's important that your queries do not sway the provider to a certain way. By asking the provider to expand on the type of back pain and management, you are not leading the provider into answering a one way. Okay. Sometimes it's really hard to get your providers to reply. So sometimes if you get creative in your email, what do they call that? They get to see the email subject line. You can get really funny with your subject line with your provider where they might reply to that one faster than anything. So I saw somebody replying to something to get a doctor's attention about the escape patient or something. I don't know what you could do about back pain to make it sound funny, but I don't know. The patient's in the roof again. I don't know, but that's not got anything to do with back pain. But you know, Mr. Griswold is hanging lights again, you know, for the Christmas lights, and he falling off the thing and hurting his back. I don't know, but a lot of times it's just hard to get them to reply. So if you ever wanted a physician to reply to you, make your subject line very creative is my suggestion. Don't make it too bland. All right, which of the following is an appropriate use of the modifier 24? 24. All modifiers are in your HIPAA book, but they do have a few of them listed in your CPT book. They are not the complete list. Do not rely on the CPT book to be your only source for HIPAA. If you don't see, or your modifier codes, So don't rely on your CPT book to be your only source for modifiers. All your modifiers are listed in your HIPAA book. But for now, we can go to the front cover of your CPT book. They have a quick cheat sheet list right there without too much of the description. And 24 is for unrelated evaluation and management services by the same physician during postoperative care. So which one of these might be something related to a postoperative care? I know. You're right, Autumn. If you did ask it that way, you probably would get a really bad answer. Yeah. That's why it's important to have open discussion meetings where you can actually talk plainly to them. Dude, if you diagnose this as chronic, we get more services available for this patient to utilize if you would be more specific. But you technically can't say that to the physician in the chart. So open discussion meetings are great. Running reports. Let's say if you can run reports in an EHR with a plain acute back pain, how many times the physician utilized that diagnosis code? How many times in a year did they utilize that diagnosis code on the same patient that year? When you get that query report back from your EHR, you could see that and give that list to your provider and say, look, you've got these 12 patients here that you've seen 5 times this year for acute back pain, but you've seen them 5 times in 12 months. Are we going to keep it acute, or are we ready to up the ante? If they know and see the facts in front of them, they're more likely to change than they are patient by patient. So I would run a report out of the EHR. You can run any imaginable report you ever wanted to have out of those EHRs. It's really cool. Anything you wanted to know, you could run it. Hold on. Stop it. Is this on YouTube? All right. All right. Teenagers is a tough question. So we need to study the full CPT study guide first. I have the 2020 version. Study. We're not in elementary school anymore, okay? So study, we ain't got time for that. Where is my study guide? I'm sorry, I'm bending over down here looking for my dang study guide. Mine's from 2019 and it's just fine. So what I need you to do is just, page 1, whatever, the business of medicine. Right here, the first thing it has is what's in Medicare Part A, Part B, Part C, and Part D. If you can't remember this, why should you anyway? Go to your CPT book, find you a blank page, especially in the front of the book before you get to E&M, and make you some list. What's in Medicare Part A? Write it in there. What's in Medicare Part B? Write it in there. What's the differences or some examples of fraud? What's some examples of abuse? What year did some crap happen? What's the difference between Stark laws and anti-kickbacks? That's what I mean. Just go write it in your book somewhere so you can find it later. Whatever you don't know or don't want to memorize, because we're too old for studying and memorizing anything. Whatever I tell you or whatever questions I bring up, they're questions a lot of times of ones I bring up because I've heard from rumors throughout the 3 years I've been doing this that they might be questions you might get asked on. If I post them, there's a purpose. So if you can find information on that particular subject, then go write it in your book. It's an open book exam, so you don't have to study anything. Just take the info and say what I don't know. And if they list any examples, put the examples in your book and then keep it where you can find it so that you can find it during your exam. Oh, they're asking me about fraud. I know where that is. Run to your book and where you've got it all handwritten in and then answer your question. What is an OGI work plan? Go write that definition over here. That's all. Yep. Any acronyms that you don't know that are not already in your CPT book on the very back page that I may have pointed out and said you need, you can still write some in here because there's room around there. That kind of stuff is all you need to do. Any of these practice exam questions, go to where that info is, either in the CPT book, ICD-10, or HIPAA book, or if it's not in the books, go write the sentence and whatever the answer is in layman's terms in the front of the book so you can find it. Which one is not covered by HIPAA equals workman's comp. Go write it in the book. That's all you need to do. That's all the studying you need to do. You just need to move the data from here to there and know where you can find it. That's it. And any of these practice questions that I do, move this data there. That's it. That's the studying we do. All right, 24. Modifier 24, we're looking for something that has a post-operative procedure in it, and that would be B. The same diagnosis may be addressed as the original procedure if a different anatomical site is evaluated. So, if we're going to use a post-op visit for a patient who had their right wrist surgery for their carpal tunnel, right? They came in today for a post-op visit on their surgery they had done last week. Great. But today they also got seen for the left wrist that now has carpal tunnel, and they want to discuss that surgery that they might have coming up in a week or two. This would get you the modifier 24 with both visits. 213 or whatever it would be with another 99 code. The second code is the one that's going to get the 24. Make sense? BBB. What does a global package include? I get asked this question quite often. I think Go-Kart asked me this question the other day. Somebody, MK, one of you, dude, was talking about needing more info on it. Found me a question. What does a global package include? Follow-up visits, any post-operative pain, all services, or D, all of the above? Thank you, Miss Juan. Thank you, Lizette, for the follow. I hope I can help you out. Thank you for the 2,000 likes on TikTok and the 6 shares. Love it. My 27 subscribers, you guys are awesome on TikTok. That money goes to giving away lots of free stuff to people in need for medical coding, whether it's my notes, tutoring, workshops, classes, and memberships. Promise it all goes back out to you guys. If y'all are subscribing to anything, it's going right back out to you guys. I don't want to pay taxes on none of it. It's going right back out. What is AAPC's favorite answer, guys? Anybody know? Where is my YouTube chat? My YouTube chat already had it. They knew it was D all along. That is one of their favorite answers. They love that one. Global package includes all of the above. We can have global periods from just 1 day, the day of the surgery, 10 days, 90 days, to 9 months. 10 months, depending on how long the gestation is. OB and delivery doctors, when you come in for your first OB visit to confirm your pregnancy, they don't get paid for that. They don't get paid for your 20th visit. They don't get paid for your ultrasound. They don't get paid for any of the urine dips, any of the office visits, none of the blood pressures they've done on you. None of it gets paid until you deliver the baby and you come back for your 6 to 8 month checkup after the baby's been delivered. Then they bill that one code in the back, whether it's a 94, a 95, or a 96. When they bill one of those codes, then their office gets one payment for that 10 months worth of work. It's insane. That is a global package. Why does it say online I can change to take it? Is that true? If you're talking about the CPC exam, no, you can purchase 2 attempts. A HIPAA and CCS and CCA, that company only does 1 attempt for your $400. That's it. So then you got to buy another attempt, and they do make you wait like a month or so before you can retake it again. AAPC will let you repurchase for next day. If you want to take the exam 365 times in 1 year, you can absolutely do it. Online is not 2 attempts. It is you can purchase 2 attempts for online. In fact, I think I have, where am I at? Under my exams, I think they're both scheduled for online. Hold on. Nope, that's not the right spot. Purchased items. How many attempts? Right there. 2 attempts for an electronic exam. Right there. 2 attempts can be purchased, and it's for both electronics. That's the CEMC for the Evaluation and Management one, and then the CPMA. But that was a package deal where we got it for free. And a course, if you bought the exam attempt, but they only gave you 1 exam attempt, but the course ended up being 1 chapter and no practice exams at all. Just a final exam. It was insane. This is not a course. This was crazy. Anyway. Yes, you can purchase 2 attempts for an electronic version. Absolutely. Which of the following statements concerning a diagnostic radiology is false? Is it, if your office has a list of standard views, you cannot use it for coding purposes? All diagnostic ultrasound examinations require permanent imaging documentation. Hospitals are exempt from reporting Modifier TC for their services. Oral or rectal administration can be billed as with contrast study. Can you make a decent living as a medical coder? I know several coders who make 6 figures a year. Ooh, I'm about to die. My cell phone is about to die. Where's the charger? Where's the charger? I gotta get it to go find the charger. Hold on. 4% battery. Have I been on for 2 hours already? Oh my goodness. I know my phone tries to die at like 2 hours. Will you make 6 figures your first year? Probably not. More like 50. You back that up with another certificate like an auditor or a risk adjuster, or you work 2 online jobs at one time, both of them making $50K a year your first year, then yeah, you could make $100K a year. A lot of people I know work 2 online jobs at the same time because they leave you alone to do your own coding and auditing. As long as you're meeting expectations, you're fine. Try again, my loves. It is not B. Thank you, Twinkle. Yep, that is true, Alexis. I didn't know a darn thing. Yes, Indiana. Good night, Lasagna. I raised my 2 girls on it, says Miss Vanessa, with no child support. Woo! It's a great, great career. You won't regret it. There's so many opportunities out there for you. It is not A, my TikTok lovers. No, 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 no. Are y'all looking for something that is correct, or are y'all looking for something that is wrong? Your question says, which of the following statements concerning diagnostic radiology is false? So you're looking for an incorrect answer. Incorrect. All these are correct. If your office lifts a certain standard view, you cannot use it for coding purposes. You need to follow your office stated guidelines. That is a true statement. We do have to document all images that we take. That's a true statement. Hospitals are exempt from reporting technical component for their services. Is that true or false? Oral or rectal administration can be billed as with contrast. Yeah, you got to be careful. AAPC loves to switch it up for you and make you look for incorrect things, and then you assume you are looking for a correct answer here because of your human nature. That's why you want to avoid reading questions. It's hard when they're word questions. Which statement is false? Yes, it will be uploaded. Yep. As soon as it's already being uploaded while I'm live, when I end my live, it takes it like 5 minutes to finish the last few minutes of it. I think my workshop yesterday, because it was almost 5 hours long, it took like an hour to finish putting all 5 hours up on the YouTube channel. But as soon as I got off, I know the first 2 hours were already available. It just took a little while to get the last 2 hours up. But yeah. I don't have any trouble of these being saved and being on YouTube. It's been a blessing since before, when I used to rely on TikTok to record them. And then I used to rely on Zoom to record them, and they were losing them. TikTok was losing them. YouTube has not failed me yet. Thank God. Knock on wood. This one is D. If your patient is given oral or rectal contrast, you have to bill without contrast. The only contrast that matters is the one given to you in your IV. You don't want to be billing for other stuff. IV. is with contrast. Anybody up for E&M, or are we too tired? I know it's getting late. It's 9:30 here. You're welcome. Y'all missed the answer. They are tricky. Yep. I know it's getting late. It is. D is on page 521 of the CPT book. Yep. Go, 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 says Mountain Nurse. All right. All right. So, what kind of code, don't be looking at your question yet. Y'all know better. What kind of code is 99282? What's our header for that one? What's our header? Good night, closet. ER, very good. What's 252? What header is that one under? No worries, April, it'll be on later. There is a technical component where they're exempt from that. Hospitals. I'll have to find you that guideline, Alexis. It's probably something to do with Medicare. I don't do a lot of billing. I don't do any billing. I avoid it like the plague, but been awake since 4 a.m. I know, Vanessa. 52. 52 is a consult. Is that a hospital consult? It's a consult. 221. What type of visit is a 221? This is admit hospital. I like to make that distinction that it is the only admission date of a hospital, because then there's a subsequent hospital visit. So this is admit. 234 is what? Two, three, four is. None of these codes have anything to do with established or new patient, I don't believe. Admit and discharge, perfect for observation. OBS. So, thinking about all these different conditions, I need to worry about the status of my patient, not physical location. It could say ER, ER all day long, but were they admitted in the ER? Were they on observation in the ER? Were they seen as a consult from a specialist as referred to by another physician in a different subspecialty needing to look at them in the ER? All these things could happen in the ER. So just because it says ER doesn't mean nothing. So we have to look for other key words. We need to look for the word admitted, observation, consultation. Don't look for the word ER. That ain't gonna do you no good. So go look for your patient status. Where did they end up at the end of the thing? Don't forget to read your last sentence. Don't assume you are looking or to code something until you read your very last sentence. That's the first thing you look at, is your last sentence. Am I coding for a specialist? Then if it's for a specialist, then you know what the answer is. If you're coding for an ER doctor, if they say code for an ER doctor, then you're coding for the ER visit and you know what the answer is. Make it easier on yourself. Read the last sentence. doing? What are you doing? There you go, Twinkle. Got you done, girl, if you're still on. Even though your last, everybody on TikTok is saying B, everybody except for one person on YouTube is saying B. Vanessa says A. Last sentence says, what E&M service is reported for the emergency physician? We are doing an admit. Absolutely no one got that one right. Patient's been admitted. Called for a consultation. To see whether the patient needs to be admitted into inpatient. So, rationale. They're saying the choice is C. Emergency room physician will not report a consultation because they are not the neurosurgeons right away. Yep. ED saw the patient in observation. An ED code will not be reported because of that, so we can get rid of A. Our physician did not admit and discharge the patient in the same day, of course, so we don't code for D. So if you're already up here and you're getting rid of these, and we can't code the consult, and we can't code the admit and discharge, you're only left with the one option. Gotta love the new changes to the 2023 E&M section. It's meant to be easier. This is one of the trickiest ones I've seen. It's a good question, though. You can't code a consultation because they're not a neurosurgeon. So that gets rid of B, right? The ER physician saw the patient when they were already in observation. So you can't code ER visit. Admitted into observation. You can't code this one because this one includes your discharge. So if you get rid of that one, you're left with only one option. Very, very, very tricky. It's a great question. I wish I had wrote it, but I didn't write that one. It's a good question. They did a good job on that one. All right, same thing. This last one, and we're going to be done for the night. Okay. What is R244? Good night, Amika. Tasha, we'll do some more E&M on Wednesday, I promise. I'm sorry about being late today and everything else. E&M, I know, guys. I'm dead. Vanessa, don't be dead. Alexis, I know you need to know. I'll do more. I'll print out all E&M. We'll do more. Yes, this will be saved, I promise. Yeah, this is a regular office visit consultation. What is a 99202? That is new patient office visit. The 99243, is that still an office consultation? I think it is. And then our 99203 is a new patient office visit. So the first thing you need to find out was, did the patient get to a specialist? You know they're going to go to a specialist. You know they're already there. They are seeing a specialist based off these numbers. We need to know if they got there legitimately. If Aunt Sally Sue told them to go see this specialist, if they went by themselves, if their insurance company demanded that they go see this specialist. All those reasons do not get a consultation code. Sally cannot send you. No family members can send you. No insurance company can send you. You cannot send yourself. None of those reasons get you a 44 or a 43. None of them do. The only one reason that you would get those codes is if one MD sent that patient to that specialist and those two doctors are not in the same subspecialty, meaning a cardiologist can't send him over to see his next buddy next door to see another cardiologist. You can't, it ain't gonna happen. You have to have a PCP type situation going on that will send you to a cardiologist to get an opinion and advice on how to take care of their patient for one simple thing. Not simple, but one particular part of the patient's health. Will send them back to their PCP with a note saying, do this every year. Write this prescription, get these labs, get this test done, and I'll see them back in a year. That's the only reason. If it is MD to MD and they're both cardiologists, that also does not. All this gets you is a 9920 whatever code. Could be a 2, could be a 3, could be whatever. It all comes down to new patients. The only way you're going to get it over here is if they're going to send back a note, and it has to be a different specialty. So, like a cardiologist wants the patient seen by a neurologist before they do a cardiac procedure, something like that. All right, so let's check out the situation. How did the patient get to this specialist? That's how we'll know how to code this. And just because it says one physician sent a patient to that specialist doesn't mean that it was really that specialist idea, or you have to make sure they're not the same subspecialty. So be careful on that. Don't forget to read your last sentence. Letter you wrote by the numbers. Thank you, Guerrero, for the follow. I hope I can help you out. Hey, Brady. Same to you, too. Can I say the abbreviations again? Lord knows I don't know what abbreviations we're talking about, Autumn. I done forgot what I done said. Abbreviations. Oh, Lord. Thank you, fellow leader of Successful Coder. What does that mean, Alexis? Aw. Is she giving away more subscriptions again? Alexis was gifted a membership by Twinkle. Aw, that's awesome. Yes, Aaron, there's value in studying the old study guides. Mine's from 2019 and I still love it. Absolutely. So then all you have to do is, it looks like this one meets all the checklist of everything. Letters A, B, C, or D. Oh. Office consultation. Office consult. New office visit. Office consult, or new office visit. I'm just reading the headers above the code sets of where they're located. So it looks like this patient got all the criteria met to either be a level 4 or a level 3. Just a finger and not being able to move your PIP joint is probably not that big of a deal. I've got these two injured here. I can't close my fist all the way like I can here. So these two joints have that PIP joint issue, just like what they're talking about. Now, am I going to die over this finger issue? Would that be a level 4 or level 3, kind of like thing? You can think about it that way. You can also say they did one x-ray about data that they reviewed. E&Ms are picked out by elements now. They had one. How big of a risk is that? So yeah, R3 is the better option for that one, like I was thinking. Yep. They did meet the qualifications for a consult. The risk was pretty low of death from that. They had one unique test done and one low uncomplicated illness. So low is what you would bill for that one for sure. Picking out the level visit of what you're doing for a patient now is done by 3 elements. The first one is the number of problems. The second one is the number of test reviewed or blood work ordered. And then the third one is risk. Whatever I did today, by ordering that x-ray, by not ordering an x-ray, by writing a prescription or not writing a prescription, whatever the risk is involved includes the 3 elements, whether you're doing a level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, or level 5 visit. And that's just based off the last digits of all these codes. You can consider them being a level 4, a level 2, a level 3, or a level 3. And I still like looking for similarities in these. So looking to see that you have 2 that end in 3, and then you just have to decide, am I a consult or am I a new patient? This patient did meet all the qualifications because their primary care physician did send them to that specialist. That specialist did see them and is going to send them back a report on what their findings were and let the primary care physician finish taking care of them. Then that means it does meet the qualifications for that. And move on with your day. Easier way to do it for sure. But I hope this has been helpful. Hey Dre, thanks for the follow. I hope this is helpful. Thank you for the 3,000 likes tonight on TikTok, the 6 shares. I don't know how many thumbs ups on the YouTubes, but I hope this has been helpful. I'm sorry it was so late for Mom's birthday. We're good with holidays until the boys are out of school. Again, in March, they're gonna be out the 3rd week in March, the 13th through the 18th. When I get back, it'll be cool. Super fun. That's not March. This one right here. The 13th through the 18th is when they're going to be out of school. So that's the only things that are coming up. My birthday will be in April. I'll give away a free workshop to everybody in April. So y'all be putting together your wish list of what kind of questions you'd like to see on your workshop in April. March's workshop will probably be at the end of March because the boys are going to be out of school that whole week and I can't do a workshop while they're there. So either the 19th, but see that's the day we come back from, they're out of school till the 20th. So it might end up being the 26th unless I can squeeze one in on the 5th, but I don't know. Be one of those 2 days. And then April is my birthday month, so y'all will get a free workshop sometime that month. And I'll be done with my audit come April, so I'll have more time to free up and do more sections of the CPT book and maybe some more one-on-one tutoring too. But thank you guys. Thank you, Rosa, Vanessa. Good to see you guys. Hey, Rosa, Tracy. Thank you so much. Maya, thanks, Twinkle, for hanging out. Hey, Mermaid, good to see you. Thank you about my mom's birthday. Can you do a class on spinal surgery? I did a 4-hour class yesterday on spinal surgery. It had so much spinal surgery in it that even I was exhausted seeing all the spinal surgeries in it. It was a lot. It was good though. I hope everybody learned a lot. If you want to purchase the replay of that, which will be for another 88 more days, you can come to my website at medicalcodingbyjen.com, come to the shop, and it's right here. It's 4 hours and 40 minutes, and it does cardiology, appendix L, and spinal surgeries until we about pass out. There's so many spinal surgeries. And then we did some E&M cases that were pretty long. It was really good. But its replay is on YouTube. You just need the YouTube link, which you can purchase right here. You also get this PDF download of all the vocabulary for the cardiology section. And the link is at the top of that PDF right there that you can see if I don't hover over it when you do the download, and it'll be on your PDF. So many spinal surgeries on that one. It was crazy insane. If you want it. Sorry guys, on the internet y'all can't see, but there's the website. I organized all the stuff in the store. So this right here is all the CPT notes that I have per section. Then this is all the ICD-10 notes per section. And then these are all the replay workshops. And then if you just want everything that I have in my shop, it's these things down here that isn't organized. It's just thrown there. So hopefully those little organization, little thingies will help out. But I am going to get off here. I hope this is helpful. I'll see you again for another free class on Wednesday, 6:30 Arizona time zone. I will see you guys later. Thank you, Twinkle, for giving away 21 YouTube subscriptions. What girl? She's making the most of her birthday month. Thank you. We will see y'all later. Good night. Where'd my mousey go?